Hello, my beautiful roses. I am so excited to be back and be filming again. We are still getting my office set up, but my desk is here and that's really all I need to film, right? And I have a kitchen. And I'm so excited to share this video with you. This is the first video of my Homesteading in the City series. I started getting into homesteading back at the beginning of the year before all the craziness started, and I realized that it's just a really good thing to do to be self-sufficient and not have to worry about where your food sources are coming from. But a lot of you know, Mark and I live in a really tiny little apartment, and I don't have 4 acres to farm. So I'm super duper excited for this series going forward because I want to show you how, even living in a small apartment, you can take control of your food source and how you and your family are living. So today I'm going to show you how I make a basic item that we all have in our fridge all the time. Today we're making butter. And no, I'm not using the butter churn that I saw at the antique mall a couple of weeks ago. I'm using my KitchenAid because I understand that, like a lot of you, I have a life, I'm busy, we have a new puppy, so things are kind of busy and crazy right now, and that's okay. But just being able to take, the 10 to 15 minutes to make a batch of butter really can make all the difference. So without further ado, I'm gonna hand it off to VoiceOver Cat and we'll get into it. So we're gonna start by getting out our KitchenAid. So mine is just a standard KitchenAid. So you get it plugged in, get everything set up. I personally prefer using my KitchenAid than trying to do this by hand because it's just such a hassle. So I use the whisk attachment when I'm making butter, and you'll see why it makes it easier. Get that hooked on, make sure your bowl is screwed on nice and tight. Then I am using cream from Target. Obviously, if you have dairy cows, use your cream from your dairy cows. I don't. And then some coarse kosher sea salt, because that's what we keep in the house. And we prefer a salted butter to an unsalted butter. And then some cheesecloth. So just add in as much as you want. I'm just using up this container of cream because it needs to be used. And it actually turned out that it was just enough cream to make 1 stick of butter. And then we're gonna get that started. I normally start it on low and slowly work my way up. So then when it starts to get frothy, I add, for this amount of cream, which of course I didn't actually measure out my cream, but I'm adding half a teaspoon of salt to this. You can add less. If you've got more cream, definitely add this amount or more. It all depends on how much you like as far as your salt content in your butter goes. So then taking your cheesecloth, I take about one fold down and excuse me, and just cut off a square and then set that off to the side. So at this point, you should be hitting about whipped cream consistency with your heavy cream, but you want to keep going. It's gonna get to the point of looking really, really weird. You know, you're gonna have these nice stiff peaks. You want to keep going past that point. And it's gonna look weird and it's gonna look like you've absolutely ruined your cream, but you haven't, I promise. You're just on your way to making butter. So at this point, your cream is going to start looking a little bit curdled, but don't worry, it's doing what it's supposed to do. You just have to keep at it because, as you can see, it's starting to turn yellow. It's starting to get that yellowish buttery color to it. So you just have to keep going, keep pushing through, even though it doesn't quite look like cream should. It's just part of the process. And you might start to see some liquid gathering in the bottom of your bowl. That's fine. That's normal. That is the buttermilk separating from the butter. And at this stage, it goes from that curdled state to actually being butter really, really quickly. You want to make sure you turn down your stand mixer, otherwise, you will have buttermilk start flying everywhere, and your butter is going to come together really quickly at this point. It doesn't take long once you've hit that curdled stage. So once your butter has come together, you want to get a bowl or a cup, something that you don't mind getting buttermilk in, and you want to lay your cheesecloth in your bowl. I know my stand mixer is kind of blocking the view, but so I open up my cheesecloth and then I just lay it across the bowl. And then I use my spatula to help me out and just get the butter out of the buttermilk, out of the whisk attachment, and into the cheesecloth. And it's gonna come off in several clumps at this point, which is fine. Just trying to make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. And honestly, yeah, using your spatula works, but if you're just making it for your family and you know your hands are clean, go ahead and get in there with your hands. And then you wrap up your butter in your cheesecloth. And just squeeze out as much of that remaining buttermilk as you can. And it's gonna feel weird. And then it's just take some plastic wrap and wrap
you just
up
gotta get
your
it squeezed
butter
loaf.
As much of the buttermilk as you can.
If you have a mold, feel free to use it.
You don't want to have your butter actually
find that
squeezing
just
out
wrapping it
through the holes in the cheesecloth.
some plastic wrap
and then forming it with my hands does the trick just fine. And then voila, you have made butter. And there we go, guys. That is how you make butter at home, no matter where you are. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to see how you guys utilize this. Please, If you have any questions or comments or requests, please leave them down below in the comments section. And if you make your own butter, please take pictures and tag me in them on Twitter or Instagram. I would love to see how you guys use this. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos. I also do makeup and fashion videos, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!